Good morning, everybody. Today we are going to interview Assistant Professor Dr. Prairot Ben Noi, a former head of Western Department Languages, Faculty of Humanities and Social Science, in topic of teamwork. And now we have already stayed with Teacher Prairot. สวัสดีค่ะ Thank you for being here today. And we would like to ask you about your working experience in teamwork.
All right. Yeah, it's great for me to be here, to be giving my speech for telling my experience as a leader or in teamwork. I spent few years for being a head of department here. So at that time, I was quite wondering about how to be very successful in teamwork. When I have decided to become head of department. Actually, lucky that I have my secretary or people, as many people know that she has many years experience for being an assistant to the head of department. So that means the first one I have to ask her how I can deal with many other lecturers at this department. We have many parts of working of teamwork, for example, in terms of curriculum, like in Thai Laksut, right? In teamwork, so I have to coordinate with the head of two curriculum because we are responsible for two curriculum for Bachelor's of Arts in English and Bachelor's of Education in English. So it's quite hard to deal with this kind of person. So we have the first one. I have to understand characteristics of those who I'm going to work with, to understand the psychological or the mental ability. We have to think about democracy, right? We must be democratic. When we have a meeting, in theory, this kind of thing is correct, but the rest of 9 person, they don't agree with me, so I have to follow them. I cannot even try to persuade this is right, but they have their own rational or reasons to support. That means at the end, teamwork techniques must follow the democracy.
For the next question, what do you think about importance of teamwork?
I used to be the head of the project before I have become head of department. That means I have to deal with many other people in the department. Like they have different sections. The significance is that we cannot complete that project alone. That means we have to ask for their help to implement the project. Yeah.
Could you tell us about the role of leader and the follower in teamwork?
As I told you in beginning, that the role of the head and the role of the followers must go together. It means that you are the head of the project, or even that you should not behave like you know everything. You cannot complete everything by yourself. Like I have my project, I have to ask another lecturer to be my master of ceremony for this project. In myself, I cannot do that part of job well, so I have to rely on their help. Now I'm still also follower. I'm not the head of department, even though sometimes I disagree with so many things in the policies that the heads offers. And so if you disagree with that kind of thing, that means you have to show that why you disagree. When we have meeting, we have to show, and you must have a strong supporting details, like reasons why you disagree. And at the end, democracy is important. We have to follow the votes from many other followers also. Yeah.
Would you mind telling us about your technique for making teamwork efficiently?
Yeah. As I told you in the beginning, in terms of mentality and democracy, my two main techniques. But in terms of psychology, like we have to understand who you are working with and how you know well about them, about in terms of habit or characteristics, how this person will, about point of view of the team workers with your point of view, how they judge you, they are talking to you in terms of attitudes, point of view, perspectives are important when you are talking with, because when you are working, you have to talk to them, you have to contact, I would like you to care about what you are talking to them. You have to think before speaking, and you have to think before dealing with working. You have to work together, you have to think. I have 2 techniques. I can summarize that: mentality and democracy. And especially for point of view and attitudes.
Everyone may face problems. Could you tell me about the problems to teamwork you face and how to solve these problems?
Okay. The problem, I think, is from myself, from my own personality. As I told you, I'm like in Thai idiom, Kwan Pa Sa. I always speak roughly. Sometimes I don't think before speaking. So how can I solve? It's not that you have to do mistakes all the time. You have to learn that first mistake can be your experience. You have to think before. You have to think about politeness of speaking in terms of Thai culture or manner to social manners. How to solve the problem? I think that thinking about the planning and before making decision to something is important.
So we would like to thank you for sacrificing your time to give your ideas about teamwork to us.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.